We're talking with State Representative from Granville and now one of Michigan's two representatives on the Republican National Committee, the National Committee man Dave Agama. First of all, your take on the developments in the Middle East. We've heard from a lot of people's pros and cons of how this has been handled by the administration. As a former military man yourself, it seems as if perhaps what has happened over the past week exposed many of the flaws that a lot of people are saying was already in the system, that we were not as safe and not as protected as we should have been or could have been.
Absolutely, that's true. But here's the real issue. What occurred in the Middle East is not a result of that YouTube video. This is very well planned. It was planned on 9/11. 9/11, several centuries ago, the Ottoman Empire lost its power. They're coming back saying, we're back, we're in your face, we're going to fight this war. And it's radical Islam is what we're fighting here. And it is alive and well in the United States as well as over there. So what this really did is hid some of the other things that have been occurring in the United States that you don't hear about now because the news isn't picking up on it. For example, Obama's going to go ahead and do another minor stimulus program, which is going to put you and me in debt once again. We've had our basically our credit rating lowered as a result of it. He's going to print more money. You're not hearing about that. And some of the other things I think of, we're making enemies of our friends, and our enemies are still our enemies. So here sits Israel, all by themselves, and surrounding them now is all these radical Islam countries that are becoming more and more radical. We helped dethrone some of these people in Egypt and Syria, but what they don't understand is, and I think the president did understand, you got the Muslim Brotherhood that takes over once these people are out of office. Excuse me. And that is worse than it was before we dethrone these people. So I don't think the President of the United States could have done a better job in making us less secure than what he's done. And now you find out that some of these people, ambassadors and so forth, were protected by people that didn't even have bullets. What is going on here? When you attack an ambassador and kill him and drag him through the streets, and then you say the things that were said on television that, oh, you know, we brought him to the hospital and found out he was dead. You know what? They knew he was dead well before he got there. He was dragged through the streets and he was mutilated, basically. You couldn't do a better job of ruining this country. So what's happening? Under the Obama administration, the Muslim Brotherhood are getting stronger and stronger in the Middle East. We're losing our friendship with Israel. Under the Obama administration, your gas price has gone from $1.87. Now it's going to be over $4. What has he done? When Bush was president, he increased drilling by 100, and I think it was 116% or 106%. Obama's reduced it by 36%. He's making us more reliant on the very enemies that hate our guts and want to tear us apart. So, to me, folks, this is a no-brainer. You got to get rid of this guy because everything he is doing is ruining us financially. It's ruining us internationally with foreign aid. He said when he got to be president, he would cut this budget or our deficit in half. He doubled it. He said when he would get in, this stuff in the Middle East would stop. It's gotten worse. And if you get a chance, I'd highly recommend the people out there, go see the movie 2016. It'll give you a really good idea where his background is, where he came from, why he believes what he does, why his mentors were all Muslims and they were communists and socialists. That'll tell you where we're heading by the year 2016.
Do you feel, and maybe it's a question that we'll get a biased answer, I'll be honest with you. It might be biased because you are on the Republican National Committee as the committeeman.
Right.
But do you feel that the Romney-Ryan ticket can be able to emphasize and hit on the points you made well enough to be able to stem the tide? Because right now, as we're talking 7 weeks before the election, the tide right now is for the incumbent.
Is it? That's the question. The typical media is going to tell you that because, quite frankly, the typical media tries to make news, not report news. I predict that Romney is going to win. The Romney-Ryan ticket will win much bigger than people anticipate because people see what's going on here. They're not stupid. Some of them are, but most of them see what's going on here in the Middle East. They're not better off. The average family in the United States now makes $4,000 less than they did when he came in. And most of the money's going to gas and heating and oil. And now they want to do things with more of the I'm not against environmentally friendly energy, but I'm just telling you, if you do the kind of things he wants to do, it's going to double your electric rates. So I believe Romney and Ryan is going to win this, and people see that the leadership that he has shown is not really leadership. He's just a good speaker. The best course he ever took in college was a speech course. He's very fluent, he's very smooth, but again, so is Hitler. And I think you got to look at him in that respect. He's a good speech giver, but the content is a little lacking.
I know that you focus on Michigan and Michigan issues in your role. Mm-hmm. But looking at the overall national thing, what will be tougher, securing the White House or securing the Senate for the Republican Party in November?
I think both. If you win the White House, you're going to get the Senate. You got Hoekstra running over here in this side of the state. If the people go over there and they pull the handle, most of them are going to pull the handle for the Republican and or Democrat. They're not going to pick between the two. If Romney wins, Hoekstra wins, in my opinion. And I think Romney has got an excellent chance of winning Michigan. You got a lot of people that have left Michigan. You got a lot of people that are very frustrated in Michigan because of their jobs and because of their businesses. And I think people are really going to be surprised here. And when you think about it, let's put the shoe on the other foot. If I was a Democrat today and I was trying to push Obama, what am I going to push it on? What has he done? Name one thing. Name two things. Name three things that he has done that helped this country. And if you say, well, he bailed out GM, I'm going to say, great. You know what that cost the taxpayers? $25.3 billion we're never going to see. And did it really do any good? It kept them in business for 3 months, and they still declared bankruptcy. So I'm saying the laws of economics work. And all I see in Obama is centralized government. More czars than Russia has. All I see is more problems that he has brought upon this country. I don't see a thing this man has done that has really helped this country to become what it was founded upon, and that's freedom. And we have a freedom to do as much or as little as we want to and then reap the rewards or lack thereof. His idea is, I'm going to put you on some kind of program. I'm going to give you an entitlement. Vote for me. I gave you that money.